Why does this story matter? Why does my story matter? Why is it important for me to tell my story? My story is about me defining myself in a world that constantly tells you who you are, who you need to be, and who you should be. I chose to define myself from within as a reflection of my soul. I created an identity that is an authentic reflection of my soul, the totality of my soul, not just one aspect of it, but all of it. That's not all. I also chose to be part of this world, to fully accept my humanity and everything that makes me connected, everything that makes me relatable, everything that makes me fit in. Not because I need to fit in, but because I actually fit in as part of the greater whole. Your uniqueness, what makes you special, your divine soul, is as much part of being human as everything else that makes you human. Being unique is being human. It's not one or the other. This is why my story matters, because I found my completeness, my wholeness in the union of being a divine soul with a human ego, with everything that makes me human. And that's not all. My story matters because found, I came to know and own my absolute and infinite, inherent self worth and value. In a world that is constantly telling you how much you're worth, what diminishes your worth, how you have to keep proving your worth. In a world where, in a world of insecurity and unworthiness, I found and defined my own worth and value. I live from this place of worthiness and wholeness in who I am today. And that's the next reason my story matters, is because I faced my darkness, I faced my addictions, I faced my depression, I faced my dissociation for over 13 years, which left me feeling disconnected from myself and from others. And by facing all of this, I didn't just find light, I found peace and harmony in the acceptance of the totality of myself, in allowing myself to be imperfect, in allowing myself to have darkness, in allowing myself to do everything I can to be my highest self, my best self, and allowing myself to slip up, allowing my dark sides to show up, allowing my unconscious to do its own thing. That's where I found peace. That's where I found my wholeness and my absolute worthiness, is that everything has its value, everything has its place, including me, including my darkness, including everything I end up doing, intentionally or unintentionally. It has its place in time, and that's not a reason for me to feel unworthy. It's not a reason to diminish my self worth or to feel that there's something wrong with me or there's something bad about me. That also makes me who I am. That's also the role I'm here to play in the world. It's not just to lighten up the world. Being hurt by others and hurting others is part of life, is part of being human. So many times, being hurt is exactly what has given me what I needed to grow for the next step. And I have played that role for others too. And in knowing that and in honoring that, not that I intentionally wanted to hurt them, but knowing that that action actually ended up helping them in the long run. And that's what always happens when we own our power and use everything that's happening in your life to keep growing infinitely. That's what I did. Everything that happens in my life, I use it as an opportunity, as a resource to keep growing, to keep taking the next step on this infinite journey of expansion. And that's not the only reason why my story matters. My story is about choosing the path of greatness Even though I was born as a very normal child in a very regular, average family, I chose to make my life matter. I chose to give myself everything that all of me desired. I chose to fulfill the desires of my heart and soul. I gave my heart and soul what it asked for. I also gave my mind what it asked for, the opportunity to use my full intelligence, to use my genius, to use my creativity, to express itself fully. I gave my body what it needs and what it wants to feel healthy and feel vital. I also give my ego what it wants, the attention it desires, the recognition it desires, the material pleasures that it desires, the luxuries and riches of this world, nature, to be surrounded by beauty and beautiful people. I give myself everything that I desire by coming into the mindset that it's possible to have everything that I desire, by feel by feeling worthy of it, by knowing I deserve to get everything that I truly desire. It's honoring those desires that has brought me to this place, and that's why my story matters, is because you can have the same. I have become this to also be an inspiration for others. My story matters because it is meant to inspire those who want exactly this for themselves. Not to become me and live my life, but to live your life, to become you fully, to define yourself from within, to create an identity that is a genuine, authentic reflection of your soul. To be whole and complete as you are today, to know that you have everything that you need for your next step right here and now, that you are not incomplete, that you're not broken, you're not something that needs to be fixed. You are something, you are whole today, and you will keep growing. It doesn't mean that you're perfect. You will keep growing, you will keep improving, you will keep learning new things. That's the path of infinite expansion. And when you're moving towards fulfilling your deepest desires, towards fulfilling your soul's purpose, that's where the healing happens automatically through growth. Growth is healing. It's when you're fully living your life, when you're living from your full self, that is the healing. It's not figuring out what is broken and what needs to be fixed. Actually living fully, being the full you, that is the actual healing. Fulfilling your purpose, your mission, your deepest desires, that is the real healing. Actually taking the action to fulfill it, not just trying to figure out how to fulfill it, not just trying to figure out what is my desire. When you intend to live fully, when you decide to live fully and to fulfill your desires, the desires show up. You know what you really want. You're too afraid to know it when you're not ready to fulfill it. When you're not ready to make the hard decisions to give up what's not important. This is not about giving up what's important. It's not about sacrificing and compromising. You can have it all. Everything that's important to you today, whether it's family, children, partner, relationship, you don't need to sacrifice it unless it's not important to you, unless that's not the thing that you're meant to be doing, unless it doesn't fulfill you at all anymore. And you're meant to move on. You're meant to do something more, something different. But if that is part of your journey, you can have that too, and everything else that the totality of you desires. You can give yourself everything. I am a proof of that, and that is why my story matters. I've told you why my story matters, I haven't told you the actual story. So you can subscribe and follow to keep listening to the future videos that I do share more of my story. You can also join the academy that I've created where I'm teaching people to have all of this, to live from their wholeness, to find their wholeness and to be complete, and to go on the journey of infinite expansion, of fulfilling your deepest desires and your purpose. I look forward to seeing you everywhere. Thank you for watching.